Zangpo and a very warm welcome to Bhutan This Week, our weekly news magazine program. I'm Sherab Zangmo. Our top stories this week. His Majesty the King conferred Tagin to the newly elected Speaker of the National Assembly, Chikmi Zangpo. The National Assembly accepted the resignation of the former Prime Minister and the Druk Phuntsum Sokpa's President, Chikmi Waitile. And police in Thimphu made one of the biggest seizures of controlled substances this year. His Majesty the King conferred Tagin to the newly elected Speaker of the National Assembly on Wednesday.
63-year-old Jimmy Zangpo received Tagin from His Majesty the King in the throne room of Tashichezong. Speaker Jimmy Zangpo was elected to his post at the first National Assembly sitting of the Second Parliament on the 2nd of August. The Speaker, who is from Derpong in Mongar, has a master's degree in education from the University of New Brunswick in Canada. Speaker Jimmy Zangpo has served over 40 years in government in various positions, including being a teacher, Zongda, the Secretary of National Assembly Secretariat, and a drangpen at the High Court. Speaker Jimmy Zangpo was retired and living a farmer's life before joining politics. He was the Vice President of Druk Namru Sokpa and also the party's candidate from Mongar prior to joining the People's Democratic Party after the primary elections. Sonam Hamu for PBS News.
The National Assembly accepted the resignation of the former Prime Minister and the Druk Phuntsum Sokpa's President, Chikmi Waitile. Chikmi Waitile was also the Member of Parliament elect from the Nanung Shuma constituency. The acceptance of the resignation was officially announced in a press conference.
The National Assembly accepted the resignation of the MP-elect Jimmy Yezertinle since the liberty to resign cannot be denied due to contradictive meaning of the clauses in the National Assembly Act of 2008.
In accordance with Section 18, the lacuna created by Section 21 of the National Assembly Act 2008, which states that if a member remains absent for more than 1/4 of the number of days in a session without permission of the House, his or her seat shall be declared to be vacant. In computing this period of absence, no account shall be taken of any period during which the House is prorogued or is adjourned for more than 4 consecutive days. Render the exercise of discretion by the Speaker not accepting the resignation redundant.
Sokpen Jimmy Zangpo told reporters that the writ has to be issued to the Election Commission to have by-election for the Nanong Shumar constituency within the 90 days of vacancy.
Now, once this is declared, the writ has to be ordered. So now we have to submit a report to His Majesty the King that declaring the Nanong Shumar as a vacant constituency. Thereafter, it has to be issued to the election commission. Thereafter, they can elect.
Also, while announcing the resignation, Speaker mentioned that Jimmy Yezertinle's service to the nation for more than 4 decades had been laudable. He thanked Jimmy Yezertinle for his contributions in the first democratically elected parliament. Jimmy Yezertinle submitted resignation to the National Assembly on the 31st of July. For BBS News, this is Pamela Hutton.
It was one of the biggest seizures of the year. Police in Thimphu seized controlled substances which included over 17,000 tablets and about 7 grams of brown sugar earlier this month. This is the first seizure of brown sugar since 2004. In connection to this, 2 people were arrested. It all started after a tip-off on 3rd August when the Thimphu police arrested the carrier who had her consignment on a bus from Phuentsholing, and she was travelling in a taxi. She was arrested at the Thimphu bus terminal while she was collecting the bag filled with controlled substances. Police said the carrier was the girlfriend of the supplier who was arrested on 4th August. He had told his girlfriend to pick up the second consignment on 4th August and said he was also coming that evening from Phuentsholing. That is when he was arrested. Taxi drivers in Gelifu are proposing for a hike in taxi fare following an increase in the price of petrol and diesel. The hike is a result of increased transportation costs caused by the vehicles having to make the tour from Thimphu as the Deoseri bridge in Assam, India has been partially damaged.
A litre of petrol costs 69 Newton and a litre of diesel costs 53 Newton 13 Chatham in Gelifu at the moment. It is 4 Newton more than what it is actually supposed to cost. This is because of increased transportation cost. Vehicles headed to and from Gelifu have to make a detour from Thimphu as the direct route from Assam, India has become inaccessible after a portion of the Deoseri bridge in Assam has sunk. It has been over a month that the new rates have been in effect. Taxi drivers have been affected by the hike. Yesterday, the taxi drivers met with RST officials in Gelifu to propose for a hike in taxi fare.
The price of fuel has increased. We don't get enough money to pay our loan. We proposed for a hike in fare from last time but failed. We will be thankful if the fare is increased.
Even shops have increased their price of goods. Our fare is low and the price of petrol is 69 Nultram. We are facing problem as the fare has not been increased.
For example, if we go to Bhu, the taxi consumes 5 liters of oil for a round trip, and for a person we get only 14 Newton. While returning, we don't get passengers. The fuel price has increased and we are facing problem.
The price of fuel has increased. With the existing fare, we are incurring loss. It is enough only to refuel the taxi. I find it difficult to repay my loan. Till now, we have been charging the passengers the existing fare only. On the other hand, the fuel price has increased, so we are thinking of hiking the fare.
The Chief Regional Transport Officer of Gelifu said the Regional Road Safety and Transport Authority Office does not have the authority to increase or lower the fare of bus and taxis.
Well, I have just received application from Taxi Sokpa to increase the taxi fare. But then I cannot decide here. It is up to the headquarters. What I will do is, I will just enclose their application to the head office and they will decide from there.
Another reason the taxi drivers are citing for the need to hike taxi fare is the increase in price of vehicle spare parts. Kampal Fukubata, Student BBS News, Gelifu.
The much-awaited new Central Regional Referral Hospital in Gelifu will be constructed within the 11th five-year plan period if the government gives approval. The hospital was supposed to be constructed during the 10th five-year plan period but got delayed.
The Gelifu Central Regional Referral Hospital serves people from 6 central zonkags, but the existing hospital is small. 2 doctors are sharing a room each and some of the equipment are lying idle due to shortage of rooms. Likewise, when a lot of patients come, beds are also not enough in the existing hospital.
We have 2 ultrasound machines at the moment, but we could not find space to keep one of the machines. Also in the ward, especially the female ward, there is no space to keep the patients, so we have to keep them outside sometimes. The ones inside the ward are also congested as every patient has an attendant, so it's difficult to find space.
But the problem will be addressed once the new hospital is constructed. The 150-bedded hospital will be constructed on a 12-acre land near the existing hospital. The hospital will have 10 doctors and offer more health services compared to now.
Once we move to the new hospital, there will be more space to install additional equipment. It will also become convenient for the patients and doctors with more space available. We hope the Gelifu Central Regional Refer Hospital will be able to cater to more patients then.
The
new hospital will be constructed at a cost of about 600 million yutam. The construction is expected to complete within 3 years after the approval from the government. Compiled for Bhuba, Teshudan, BBS News, Gelifu.
Medroxyprogesterone contraceptive injection or DMPA injection is the most preferred family planning method used by over 30,000 women annually across the country. But BHUs in Tashkent are running out of DMPA injections.
These are some of the birth control measures used by women across the country. DMPA injection is, however, the most preferred contraceptive methods over other birth control measures like contraceptive pills and copper T.
I think women, they always prefer DMPA injection apart from the other contraceptive, because the DMPA injection receives last for 3 months, and again they come for second dose after 3 months. Then after every 3 months they have to get the injection DMPA because of convenience for them. For example, office going women is very convenient. Only after 3 months they can come and get injection. At the same time, at the rural level, also community level, so those who are having work at the field, so they come once in the 3 months, and it's very convenient for them also.
Till June this year, over 500 women used DMPA injection to control birth in Kowloon BHU alone. Last year, more than 980 women availed the facility. But Kowloon BHU is now running out of DMPA injections. Health workers said they have only limited stock which will last about a month only. The BHU has collected the current stock from the nearby BHUs and hospital.
Till date, the contraceptives are supplied by UNFPA, starting early 80s and till 2011. And the UNFPA has got a long-term agreement with the suppliers. Now the supplier has not agreed to renew. Because of that, the Ministry of Health has issued a circular in order to control. Actually, it's not out of stock. So in order to maintain the existing stock, Royal Government of Bhutan is having dialogue with the Indian government to supply the DMP injection. So before reaching the new stock, so we have to maintain, we have to sustain this existing stock.
To address the shortage, BHUs in Teshugang have been providing DMPA injection to only those who had their second childbirth. Others have been asked to use other contraceptive methods like pills and condoms. Further, women above 35 years of age are encouraged to go for long-term family planning method like copper T. The measures have been implemented following a circular from the ministry. Cheche, reporting for BBS from Kowloon.
This year, Bhutan could be seeing more rainfall compared to last year. But what does this mean? Tenzin Rabgib finds out.
August and September is supposed to see more rainfall this year as compared to last year. Now, the Department of Meteorology says that it's going to be more rainfall. So let's go and find out how they actually come up with these forecasts and what it means for the country. Deba Budatamang is a senior meteorologist. He normally uses software and online sites to draw up weather forecasts. I met him while he was working.
This is the satellite image that we normally refer. So you can see that this is Bhutan, this enter India. So this white means the clouds, and more the more white color means it's a cold temperature body. So normally it's a cold clouds, and darker means warm bodies, land. And if you look at this maybe in the Pema Gachel, Samjongkar, or even Finchling, Sarbang area. So this actually right now it's raining there.
Singye Doji is the chief of the Meteorological Division of the Department of Hydromet Services. The division normally produces a 24-hour weather forecast. I paid Singye Doji a visit. He tells me that this year they decided to produce a monsoon outlook for the benefits of farmers.
So this year, according to our forecast, we have predicted that it is going to be slightly higher than normal. But when I say slightly higher than normal, we are not saying that it is going to cause flooding or very heavy rainfall and catastrophes everywhere.
The division plans on providing longer forecasts in the future as well. They intend to make such forecasts free for farmers. With this information, farmers are expected to plan their activities in advance and avoid losses. Tenzin Rabki, BBS News.
It is a hugely popular practice among Bhutanese to hoist prayer flags, but this cultural and religious practice is sometimes seen to be ruining the beauty of an area when hoisted or strung up haphazardly.
Prayer flags are the most common Buddhist symbols and are a staple on mountain passes. The fluttering of mantras from text and images, which are wood block printed, are believed to bring luck, good health and happiness. Of late, though, prayer flags are being hoisted in the most random fashion and are being seen as eyesores instead of manifestation of sanctity. A recent letter addressed to NEC from the RBA on behalf of the Druk Wangil Lakang board members reads, "Discourage hoisting of flags in and around Druk Wangil Lakang and Chotin complex, which spoils the scenic beauty of the sacred monument."
This is not much of a concern when you talk in terms of waste, because this is biodegradable. After a year or two, like I said, it will turn into soil or whatever. It degrades very quickly. But still, it's a waste. It's being dragged around, and then, when the wind comes, it will be scattered all over the place. So that's a concern.
The lungta, loosely translated as the wind horse, is the most common prayer flag, seen strewn on the ground, bundled and soiled. The security personnel at Dochula say it takes a huge amount of effort and time to collect the waste and burn them, especially since the number of visitors to the area increases day by day.
남자로 찹잡배우다 남시 뿡배우다 같이 좀배 대 감신내는 같이 밑땅배다 아니 베데베로 님질로 대 좀에 미사베신이라.
Although prayer flags carry blessings to all beings and sanctify the air, haphazard hoisting of prayer flags is being discouraged in an attempt to avoid compromising the sanctity as well as the beauty surrounding the environment. Sonam Phunso for BBS News.
The first ever Karate Dan Black Belt was awarded to 7 students of Karate Kids clubs in Thimphu last Saturday. Dan means step or stage, which is used as a ranking system in modern fine arts and martial arts.
The belts were awarded by Her Royal Highness Princess Chimi Yangzong Wangchuk. The recipients were 2 girls and 5 boys, who are the first batch of Dan Black Belt holders in karate in the country. And for the belt, they have struggled for 4 years.
First of all, I feel very happy and proud to being one of the black belt holder in the country.
To be the first black belt holder, I am very proud of myself, and I would like to continue this karate session throughout my life.
Under the initiative of Sensei Ugin Wangchu, the karate was started in 2009 with more than 40 karate practitioners just from Thimphu. At present, there are more than 300 karate practitioners in the country.
As an instructor or a sensei, I took a lot of effort in bringing up these kids to this level. And when such achievements came, it's a dream come true for me. It's an amazing thing that happened in my life, in my karate journey, karate diploma journey.
Meanwhile, as the part of the program, general belts were also awarded. As of now, 4 Dzongkhaks have karate clubs. Karmat Singh, BBS News.
And Manang Marshangdi from Nepal is the winner of the King's Cup 2013. In the final split on Sunday, they won 4-2 against Bhutan's Yidzin FC. Namgizam takes us through the match.
It was an exciting, sit-on-the-edge-of-your-seat match. Yidzin in red and Manang Marshangdi in blue were equally matched in skill and pace. Yidzin took the lead in the 5th minute of the game when a great assist by Yidzin's captain Ishidoji translated into a goal after meeting Sencho Galson's well-aimed header. The fans that had gathered in the thousands challenging the stadium's capacity became delirious. The cymbals, drums and a religious horn locally known as the Kandu began their football orchestra celebrating and supporting Yidzin. Manang equalized in the 33rd minute with a goal from Bishal Rai. The score was 1-1 till half-time. In the 70th minute, Yidzin's Sencho Galson scored another goal after yet another assist from team captain Ishidoji. Yidzin once again had the lead. It was a short-lived lead because in 71 minutes, Yidzin accidentally slipped in an own goal. There was no stopping Manang's goals after that. Manang Shiva found his ball at the back of Yidzin's net in the 74th minute. Then there was another unexpected goal from Manang striker Deepak Rai in the 96th minute, which sealed the match as Manang's. There were two moments between Manang's two goals when Yidzin actually looked like they had a chance. Sencho Galson, who was looking for a hat-trick, managed 2 goal attempts, but one bounced off the upright while the other flew over the net. Manang Marshangdi had 6 shots on target while Yidzin had 5. The usually strict referee Laba gave only 3 yellow cards in the match. 2 Manang players were booked, Captain Sujal Shrestha and Bishal Rai, and Yidzin captain Ishidoji. The man of the match appeared to be Manang's midfielder Rupesh Kesi. At full time, the score was 4-2. Fans, although disappointed about their home team not winning, supported Manang's victory run with gusto. Manang Marshangdi have finally won the King's Cup after waiting 9 long years and after placing second in 2 earlier tournaments. The King's Cup trophy was awarded by the Prime Minister of Bhutan, Tsering Topgay. An official Manang delegation, including the club's president, were present at the match as well. The captains of Manang Marshangdi and Yidzin spoke to BBS after the match.
I think I'm very lucky for that. With my captaincy band, I win this title. I feel very proud.
So what can you say about today's match by Yidzin FC?
Oh, they really played very good. We conceded earlier goal, but we came back. Again, we conceded goal. Again, we came back, and after they played very good. And also our boys played well.
Well, I would say that our boys they played a very good game. We gave them a very good competition. I think it was just our hard luck. We lost today.
Well, that is all we have for you this week. Join us again next week for yet another edition of Bhutan This Week. Until then, this is Sharab Sangmo saying goodbye.